Ladies and gentlemen, Tactical Advance here, and welcome back to some more Star Citizen. Now today, I'm taking a look at the new, I'm saying new because it is the new Constellation. Now this is it's the first ship out of the four variants. Works in the same way as the Freelancer did. You know, they've got multi-crew, exploration, freight and fighter. But in this case, there's a little bit of a twist on this one. The fighter one really, I would say, is going to be more like a sort of a luxury ship, and that's the Phoenix. But look, today, let's focus on what we've got in front of us. This is the Constellation Andromeda. This is the multi-crew ship. Now, anyone that bought a Constellation when they first come out, this is the one now you have in your hangar unless you've upgraded. Now, it's had significant changes. It's had changes to the rear structure, and it's had some internal changes as well, but we'll go through that in a second. Now, this carries 480 freight units. That's not bad. That's actually the second largest carrying Constellation so far, the biggest being the Taurus, which carries 576. So, not bad. Good amount. So, pretty good. Obviously, it carries 4 people. It's got a power plant of 6. Now, all three of the first 3 of the variants have a power plant of 6. The only one that actually has something a little bit bigger, which is the Phoenix. And I'll cover that off in the Phoenix video when it comes up. So, additional things this actually comes with. It comes with, obviously, a jump engine. And it obviously comes with the P-52 Merlin, the close-range fighter. So, let's get stuck in and let's start having a walk around it and see what we've got. Start from the front. Now looking at the front, we've still got the same crew department. It looks like they've made some little sort of changes to sort of the view sort of range, which is sort of a good thing really, because obviously when you're on a large ship, you want to be able to see around the place. You've got these sort of little flaps here, guys. These are for planetary landing and landing when you're going into an atmosphere. So you can see these little sort of doors. They open up and there's little fans inside. Moving down this way, you can actually see now they've put 480 on there, which is tagged around it. 480 being the freight unit count. You can see that. That's plastered all around the ships and a couple other places as well. I like the fact they've actually done a little bit more branding now, guys. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's continue down this way. You know, they've done a few more little stickers and RSI stuff, and I like that because it makes it look a bit, you know, just makes it look a bit smart and a bit nicer. So moving down this way, we've got the pretty much similar sort of wings we had on there before, which is and the missile racks, which are just up the top there. You can see that they've got some nice badging here as well. RSI 480. Looks very nice. Shame it's a little bit dark, but I think the reason it's dark, guys, is because we're expecting the PBR hangars in 2 weeks' time. So once they come out, I think that it's not the ship that's dark, it's the hangar what's probably the issue. I think once that's PBR, the lighting will just look a lot better. Moving around the rear here, we've got the huge arms up there. Actually, the main engines it's actually got here, if we stand over here, we can actually see. It's actually got 4 in total. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 there. Carries 4 tier 6, which is pretty serious actually. I mean, the only one that actually has bigger thrusters is the Phoenix, which has got 4 tier 7s, which we'll cover that one off in that video as well. You can see some of these little landing flaps here as well for sort of planetary side landing and landing with an atmosphere. And then the obvious thing is the addition of the snug fighter. Now the reason they put the snug fighter out here is because, like I said when I looked at the Freelancer video, when I looked at the cargo one of the things I noticed is statistically the Constellation had a bigger cargo hold. But when you went into the cargo hold, which is sort of just above the snug fighter, the first question is how do you get your cargo in? The second question you ask yourself is the Freelancer's cargo hold was blatantly bigger. So the only way to sort of really obtain that internal cargo space back as such would be to put the Merlin on the outside. So that's exactly what they've done. So we have a bit of a close look around here. It's actually facing forward, so facing towards, so when it's launched it drops and then it flies the way I'm walking, flies forward. Just check that, I think it is. Yeah, it's because the long bit goes that way. You can see the engines around this side. Tiddly little engines. Looks like the actual snug fight is more complete than it was as well before, because it looked a bit blotchy before. You can see that the materials look pretty good. Moving around here. I love the detail and the fidelity they've gone on the animation on the docking for the snug fighter. The only question that I'll probably ask would be, how hard is it going to be to redock? Because getting in there looks like it's going to be quite tricky. Unless it's got some sort of auto dock feature where you get into a certain range or something and it's like a vacuum or something. Otherwise it's going to be quite tricky to redock. Moving it down this side now, we've got the cargo hold. We'll open that in a second. Let's just cover off, just head down this way. We've got the centre, which you can call the front door here in this section. Moving down here. Bottom gunner. 2 guns, top and bottom here. Let's move down here and we'll have a look in the cargo hold now. You can actually open the cargo hold now, which is nice. So, now, for you guys who've probably, well, I'm sure the majority of the people now have actually seen the Constellation advert. Now, in the Constellation advert, you see that he goes planet side and he has the buggy in here. It depends but there's going to be a few buggies. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, we're going to have the Linux rover and is it Uras or something like that? 2 different types. There's probably going to be more further on down the line. They've got some odd detail there, haven't they? That all sketchy. Is that supposed to be oil or something? Could be, can it? Sort of see what they mean. You don't want everything to look too new, do you? That looks pretty good. Some huge rams there, lifting that up. You sort of would expect that because this is what the 480 freight units are going to be sitting on. Now, the question I sort of asked myself, let's just say, for instance, that I've got a rover, you know, a Land Rover. Let's call it a Land Rover because it's not called a Land Rover, but it's a rover that drives on land as such, or planets. Once it's actually parked in here, because we haven't really seen the scale of it, I know we saw it in the video, once it's parked here, does that mean you can't carry any freight units? Possibly. I mean, you might better stack some freight units down this side, you know, and get the rover down this end or something, you know what I mean? But that was my first question, because it's almost like actually saying, okay, well, if I take the rover, can I not take cargo? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see how that one pans out. Now, we can lift this up at the moment, but the animations are not actually into climbing the ladders at the moment. But we'll have a good look round anyway. I don't know why we've got a danger sign there. What's dangerous about there? No idea. Got some other panels here. These won't do anything. All that's going to happen is that's going to go back down again. So, let's move over here. Go back up again. Now on the opposite side, there's 2 ways you can actually go. We can't go up the steps, but there's another way around if I go up the front section, but I just wanted to show you down here first. No, I wonder what that is. Interesting. You can see that there's 2 ways you can go, down that end or towards the cockpit aspect. We'll go and take a look at that. Looking at the detail and everything, once again, Star Citizen never lets you down on that side. It's very, very detailed. Like these little panels down here. Hopefully they're going to light. Oh, what's that one there? Look. Warning, Slippy. Should say warning, Slippy, PBR. Right, let's drop back down. Let's have a look. And, we'll move up to the front and take a look inside. We go this way. I'll try and shut the door and walk back. I don't know what the chances are of death, guys, if you stand underneath and just lay it down on yourself. What we got here? Look, what's that there? We had a look round here, actually. I'm not sure if we're going to see anything. Oh, look, you can see one of the fan things are down there, guys. Look, flaps down. Just noticed that. So you can see one of the fans there. That's one of the sort of the landing fan things will open up. Obviously, don't put your hands in there. That would be very, very bad. Oh, I've got another one open here. Sit down the front, just getting that, have a look in the cockpit and see what we've got in there and what's changed. Now you can actually get in the gunner seat, guys, but it's bugged out at the moment. You get in, you get stuck, so I tried it earlier. Probably not a good plan, but for you guys who've seen the Constellation videos before, same thing. one up, one down. So I'm not going to risk it. I don't know if I even tried getting in the cockpit, in the seat as well. Didn't get any animations coming up to let me get in. But you can definitely see now, if we're looking, you know, just standing here, I mean, look, you can see, look at the light reflecting on that, on the seat base there, and particularly around here. I mean, I think there is two sides to this. I mean, PBR is fantastic, it does look great, but there's a fine line between going too far with the shiny surfaces. I'm not saying that they've done it yet, but, you know, you want some, you know, different types of materials. I know these are sort of matted, and you've got a different one there. That looks fantastic. When I look down there, it looks awesome. Oh, what's that there? Just noticed that. We'll have a look at that in a minute. So it does look fantastic. The lighting, you can see the transformation in the seats and everything, and the animations and everything. It just looks absolutely crazy. And obviously all the panels now. There's a few extra panels there that weren't there before. These green ones. I don't remember them ones. So yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. And you can see the viewing range here as well. I don't know if you actually see this. If you see the black thing on the screen there, guys. I'm going to go a bit closer. Look. See this thing here? This is obviously some sort of... I like where this is going if they do that. I hope that's going to be, when, you know, in the cockpit, that is going to be your virtual HUD. So you're about to bring up on that screen maybe a map or something like that, and you obviously can see through it. Or maybe, is that a little bit restricting? I suppose if you're in space, it's quite dark, isn't it? Maybe it goes more transparent. I'll have to wait and see. Saying that, is that a ram there? No, that's definitely fixed. You can see that's definitely bolted down there. It's not lifting up. It's bolted to the floor as well. So, make an assumption this is going to be some sort of, you know, front-facing sort of HUD system. Sort of makes sense like that. Have to see how that pans out. Glass might be a bit dark, but obviously early stages yet. Moving around here, one thing I did notice, I think that now PBR is in here, you can see already that the lighting in here is just the balance of lighting is fantastic. The best way I can explain it, if I'm standing here now, if you look at that there, see the light shining on that, it looks great, yeah? But look at the bit in front of it. Look at the light shining on that. Look at the light shining on the floor. Look at the reflection there. Because the lighting's now much better, and the reflections are better, it gives you that, not just, you know, it makes it more realistic. And not only that, when you move, the lighting just works very well on the materials. You can see that as you move around, the light moves around the object, and as it should do. You know, when you're a real person, you walk around, the lighting should move, and even to the reflection on the floor. You know, the light's coming from there, and as I move towards the light, I go past the light like you would, you know. So, little observation there, had made a, I would say, a significant difference, because it just makes the ship just looks a lot better. When you're looking down it looks fantastic. A lot of these red lights around the place as well. So we've got something here, not quite sure what that's going to be yet, to wait and see. Looks like it's going to be something that folds out, doesn't it? Moving around here, got like some sort of storage thing there. Obviously the door, the way we came in. You can actually get this thing to come down. This is the seating area. Oh, I like that. Is that what? I'm trying to work out where the red light's coming from. I can see it on there, but where's the red light? It's this thing as well. Assuming this is some sort of docking thing, maybe. Not 100% certain. They've gone for, I don't know if you noticed, guys, but they've really going for sort of, they're making the materials, I think, because before, like I said, it was so shiny. They're spending more time now on the materials, making them look slightly more weathered. Something on there, you can see on there, and you can see on the ceiling now, these oil splats, that the way that materials look slightly more weathered. Black splats everywhere, I mean, that's fine, but maybe they want to not do that on everything. Each their own, I suppose. From a distance, you don't really notice it. It just makes the material just look a bit more aged. So I'm seeing this red light. Oh no, there's the hatch on the roof. There's the bloody red light. Am I going blind? On the floor? Not sure where the red light's come from. It's definitely lighting up that bit. I can't see where the red light is. Someone's probably going, behind you, it's there. Probably is, but when you're chatting yourself in a video, you probably miss the obvious, but I can't obviously see it. Would have thought it would have been down there. Maybe it's coming out that gap. Could be, look. Possibly. Anyway, let's not spend too much time talking about the red light anyway. Obviously, you've got a docking hatch on the top there as well. You know, that could be for people boarding you or whatever scenario that's going to be. We have the bunk beds here, which we can actually interact with now. You get a latex bed, guys, and a latex pillow. The first thing I noticed when I looked at it, you can actually get in as well, but I don't know how comfy it's going to be lying on like a latex bed. It's like one of them things you had when you were a kid and you keep wetting the bed, you know. You get one of them, just in case when you're sleeping you wet yourself. Here we go. Assuming there's going to be some sort of HUD up here, so if you do go to sleep or something, that if you're under attack, you might get some sort of, you know, visual orientation about what's going on. You can't actually... Oh, what happened there? Let's exit out of that. Can't move your head or anything when you're inside, so you're quite limited in what you can actually do. Well, with all fairness, it's a bed in it, so you shouldn't really be having a party. You should probably be sleeping, really. And all of them open up. You can open them all, so... Nice little ladder animation there. Oh, let's go up here as well. See what this one's like. So, not that it's going to be any different, but... Once again, very much the same. Jump out. Look at the character over here. Character's going a bit funny at the moment. His head's going a bit psychedelic. I don't know why. Character models do look fantastic now, particularly when... What I found is when you're in PBR, on a ship that's got PBR, and you've got a PBR character that looks good, it's when the reflections of the ship around you, or what's around you, doesn't have PBR, then I don't think the ship is going to have the reflections that it should have, because the source of the light is not PBR'd. Maybe that's the case. It does seem a whole lot better in here than when you're actually outside. Let's get out of that view, because it's going to bug out otherwise. My head's going to disappear. And my favourite part of the whole entire ship, guys, is this. I love this. Check this out. Hang on. Now I can see this. I don't know if it's actually what the hell it is, actually. Is it I thought it was a skate pod. It looks like a shower or something. I'm not really sure. Probably a shower, but... The reason I like this room, because I thought it'd be quite funny, you know, if you're being boarded. I don't know how many people you can get in here. Maybe you can squeeze 2 in. What's that there? There's a plug or something. Look. So look at that when we get out. Maybe when you're being boarded or something like that, someone could probably hide in here. You can see that'd be quite funny. See if we can get out of it. Uh-oh. Open the door. There we go. If that was a plug there. Is it a plug? Oh, character's going a bit funny. Uh-oh, bad news. Oh, that was a bad idea, that was. It looked like a plug anyway. Not really sure. First plug I've seen on the ship, if that's the case. And this side you have a slightly different one here. What happened there, guys? There we go. Toilet. So I prefer that. I'm assuming that's a shower then. It's got to be a shower, doesn't it, guys? Shower arm. It's a shower, isn't it? Yeah, it's a shower. Why do you have a plug in the shower? Maybe it's not a plug, but it's awfully dangerous if you go in the shower and turn the water on and there's a plug there. Maybe they're not. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? I think the fan's there. Maybe they're there to dry you out or something. I don't know. Just guessing. And a toilet as well, which you can... Once again, it's on the toilet, as you do. In a very confined cupboard. So hopefully you're not... If you're claustrophobic, this is not the ship for you. Because the toilet and the shower are very claustrophobic. But at the same time, there's a reason why they've put the toilet and they've put the shower there. Sorry guys, I'm getting a bit of a glitching out here, a little bit shaking every now and again. Still, I think it's just the game. So this is the reason. Moving over the back here. Now we were down there earlier having a walk around, and that's the cargo bay area. And you have sort of like a gantry, so you can walk around the edge here, where the sort of the side boarding hatches are, and that runs all the way around both sides. Pop around this side. You do get a bit of a landing here. You get the same thing around this side. Maybe this is going to be to check your cargo or something like that, or maybe to control opening the door or dropping the cargo bay down. Maybe the controls, and then obviously you get one more of these over here as well. So this thing here, you expect this to be some sort of like emergency breaker where you can break this open and the hatch will open. And we did see something actually. We was actually standing here in the commercial actually when the door blew open, wasn't he? And he actually moved over to that way and close the airlock hatch. Let's have a look at that. Can we actually close that from here? Does look like it hasn't sort of got a bit jammed or something, isn't it? Ah, there we are. Animation's bugged up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that's not good. We're going to do a warranty claim on this one, guys. Let's try it again. Okay, that's not good. So if the airlock hatch goes, guys, that's it. It's game over. I think it's a little bit of a bug. I'm sure they'll sort that out. Could be my GPU playing up as well, because it's been a bit funny lately. These same little boxes here, I'm assuming these are going to be storage boxes, so we have one each per player, 4 players, on something along the lines of that. And then moving down the back here, we've got this really cool room, which is the hatch going out to the Snugfire. This is how you board the Snugfire that was bolted on the rear. Obviously, I make the assumption the door's going to open up. You know, it's obviously going to be an airlock door. Then you're going to climb down into the Snugfire, and then obviously the hatch will close. What that process is going to be yet, like, will it take 2 people, or you can just go in yourself and close the door behind you and then open the hatch on the Snugfire? Good possibility. But I do like it. I like the detail they've gone to in here, all these funny things in here. Assuming this is stuff to do with like engine and stuff like that. And this over here, the fidelity and detail, this stuff's crazy. What's that? Caution. Not sure what that means. Some sort of support. Not quite sure. Some fluorescent tubes at the top there. It's like an air conditioning unit, that thing, guys, doesn't it? Oh, where'd I go there? I'm on the lid. Metals in here, the floor. This is probably one of the nicest rooms, actually. I think it looks fantastic in here. Really, really good. I don't know if it's because of the fluorescent tubes. Could be. And you've got a little control panel here as well. I don't know if this is going to be for deploying it or what this is going to be used for. This might even be something to do with your engines, guys. So, you know, maybe this would be the engine room as well, which would be pretty cool if it is. Which I should imagine it is. I can't see what these other things are for. It look like they do something. What says there, look. Keep out. Normally sometimes gives you a little bit of a clue of what it actually could be by the signs. Press, oh look, it's got, look, there we are guys, look. Look up there, look, it says press button. You see that, at the top there, look. Was it say don't press buttons? One or the other, isn't it? I can't press a button anyway, but maybe that does something, who knows. Like these lights as well, with all the wires hanging out, that looks pretty cool. Fantastic, like I said, so far I really like this room, because this room's just gone a little bit more further than the other rooms, right? Because all the other rooms, if you go in one of these, they're just like walls and, you know, corridors. Where here, it's just a lot more fidelity and detail, and like there's actually something in here. You know, like, who knows what they are, but there's something here. Bit random, but anyway, get the idea. So we have to wait. See, it's got a button there and there. Look, these are something, guys. These are escape pods or something, aren't they? What? I don't know. They've got to be something. I think they're escape pods. Because there's buttons up top and down. There's 4 of them. No, there's 8 actually. I don't know what they are. I'll have to look on the outside of the ship and see. We're going to have a look. See if we can see anything on the outside of the ship. We'll take the shortcut. Let's see if we can have a look. Actually, what I could have done there. I wonder if I can... No, I can't. I'm going to try and sort of clip on the outside. A quick look over here. Somewhere over here, wasn't it? It was here, I reckon. There's the... Oh, look, there's the thing. Look, there's the... No, it's actually... It's not the case, is it? Because the Snugfire is over here, isn't it? If that's the Snugfire, that's the door. Gotta be... up here somewhere. Hard to see, innit? Let's try pressing insert. That's not really going to help. Well, we'll have to look into that. Like I said, these are sort of hot off the press, really. So they've only been out a day. So maybe I've got the odd thing wrong. Maybe that is. Maybe they do something, or maybe it is just there for detail, and you know, and that's the only purpose it serves. Another door there, by the looks of it. That's the actual. I don't know if you actually open it when it's up. Oh, you can. Oh, that's a bit weird, guys. That's a bit weird. Very strange, guys. Yep. I imagine you to teleport up there then. A little bit odd. Okay, so look. All in all, am I seeing the transition between the Constellation and the Constellation overhaul a better thing? 100% yeah, it just makes more logical sense now. The fact that before the cargo hold was so small did bring questions over the ship. And one of the other fundamental issues that Constellation had, which sort of slightly pointless at the moment because the doors don't close, was the ability to have an airlock. Because the old Constellation, between here and here, there was no airlock. So if the cargo hold was breached, then you're sort of game over. But now, because of the door that doesn't close, you're still going to be in quite a bad position. No, I'm sure they'll sort that out. So, ladies and gentlemen, fantastic ship. Where do I go from here? What's the next? I mean, look, the way I see it is first of all, before I make a decision on what Constellation I'm going to buy, because clearly I already own the Constellation, am I going to go out there and purchase one of the variants? High possibility. But at the same time, I want to go round them all first of all, and then have a look round and see what's good about each one, and then make a decision off the back of that. In the same way you would do if you were going to buy a car. You would go to the car garage, you would walk around the car, check it out. So at a car garage, you'd probably take it out for a test run, right? And then you go, yeah, okay, I'll take that car. So I'm sort of, pretty keen to take a look round them and see which one I like. A lot of people I think what I'm going to do, guys, I'm not going to do it in order, and there's a very good reason. Because the Phoenix is a limited ship. And I'm not saying that I'm going to get the Phoenix, I'm saying that if I don't do the Phoenix this week, and it's a limited ship, everyone that watches the video is going to miss out on getting the Phoenix. And no one's going to miss out getting the other variants, because they're just going to be normal variant ships. So I think that I'm going to have to do the Phoenix next. Just to give everyone the opportunity to go and buy one, basically, because it's a limited ship. I'm not saying it's a good ship, guys. I'm just saying that I think I've got to order it that way. Otherwise, it's, if I do the Phoenix last and then you can't buy it, well, sort of slightly pointless. Okay, you get to see the ship, but you can't buy it. So, I'm impressed, guys. Looks absolutely fantastic. There's a load more videos coming anyway over the next sort of week, guys. I'm going to do a sort of a news roundup, and then we're going to have the rest of the variants. So, something I'm looking forward to. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.